Hear ye, come one, come all, come along now. It seems as though we have somehow either slept and or not slept, but perhaps we're busy because it was the week of Valentine's and my two bros are married, so probably just too busy being dads and Valentines to remember the Elimination Chamber match is happening as we speak, or pay-per-view. What a kickoff. I'm your only host, Theron, and this is an elaborate soapbox that will probably get me fined by my own bros for speaking out of turn and indeed giving you my picks only because I don't have any of theirs. Bros, if you're listening, you should, do your picks and submit them online, or we could just compare them whenever we record again. But I just figured I'd hop on. It's been a great day in wrestling. Been some funny things happening in the world, but we're not going to talk about anything negative because we're only spitting positive vibes. You can look at my Joker on the wall while I finish this because he is the one who tells me that I'm hilarious. And Steway. That was weird. I'm looking now at, I started it from the beginning. I think it just started at 7. I'm not really sure. Kicking off with the Women's Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match, which is a smart play by the WWE. The women's division is indeed hot right now. That's what's hot in the streets. Don't pay attention to me holding my second phone over here. I got 2 phones. Don't ask questions. Just deal. I'm going to give you my picks right quick. I'm looking up here on Google, probably Wikipedia. I'll go through this one real quick first, but I got to see who's in it. I'm going to go off the sheerness of Mella and Naomi's overall freakish athleticism that they could win these titles. It's a good pairing. I forgot the name of the team. They have a choreographed dance. They're both very former WWE SmackDown Live Women's Champions. Both have a lot of accolades in their young SmackDown Live careers. So that could be the team I would pick, but my money is on the iconic duo, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay. Kudos to you, beautiful women. I believe Peyton has indeed dyed her hair a little bit lighter. It's awesome. Looks great. And I'm going to pick them, surely off of their beauty and just their overall, not ring presence, but more so just where they are right now. I feel like a big push will really help them. And they're the perfect villains that you love to love. So what you call that? Like a twinner? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Because I'm looking at the rest of the field. You got Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. That could be a formidable opponent. But and then obviously Nia Jax and Tamina. That's the pick. But my money's on them. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. Raw Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Okay, Mandy Rose. You can't. You shouldn't. It's not fair. I don't even know what you're doing. But yeah. I'm watching this live, so I'm sorry. Let's not make it creepy. Listen, Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey is a great match for Ruby Riott. Great chance to get exposure. But what they're doing with Ronda Rousey is basically building her as an unbeatable force until she gets dethroned by either Charlotte or Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 35. Or maybe she won't. She's pretty much running through the roster a la a Goldberg, but not as cheesy as a Goldberg, or just as unbeatable as a Stone Cold, just kind of on a hot streak. So my money's on Ronda Rousey in that match. WWE World Championship Elimination Chamber match. You got your boy Daniel Bryan. You got AJ Styles. You got Samoa Joe. You got Randy Orton. You got Kofi. And you got Jeff Hardy. Now, conventional rules say that there's no way that Daniel Bryan leaves the chamber with the title. However, I'm looking at the field and I'm thinking of WrestleMania and the possible matchups. And the vegan heel movement is alive and well. Daniel Bryan's doing some of his best work, which pretty much most of his work is his best work, except for maybe his last return, returning from a serious career-threatening injury. The run they gave him at first with the weird angle with Big Cass, and then, they did the Miz thing already. They got that out the way. I feel like they rushed that, but we may not have seen the last of that. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan. No disrespect to the other competitors in this match. I think they're going to give us a great match, but I don't think the story of Daniel Bryan, the vegan ruler of the world, or vegan lover of the world, or vegan healer, is over. Next up, I'm just going right down the list, is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup. You just look at your phone and you're like, who in the hell? SmackDown Tag Team match. Tag Team Championship match. The Miz and Shane O'Mac versus the Usos. A lot of things happening in wrestling right now. No negativity, but I guess I'm going with the Miz and Shane. I don't see a heel turn for either one of them just yet, but you never know. I mean, this is the WWE, and it could be either way. It could be a double turn, it could be a single turn, it could be a Miz, I never liked you, Shane turn, or Shane, I never liked you, or Shane, so many things could happen, but I think that we'll just get the Miz and Shane with the W, but they are competing against two of the best tag teams in the world, or one of the best, two of the best as a tag team, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Proven time and time again in their countless matches against the New Day, etc. Speaking of which, I don't see the New Day on this card, and that is all right with me. But they'll be ringside, Next up, Intercontinental Championship match with the Destroyer, Bobby Lashley, and Lio Rush in this corner, versus Finn Balor. I'm going to tell you right now, my money's on Finn to finally get his first taste of WWE second taste of main roster gold. But I don't count his Universal title win. It counts in the record books, but he literally held it for 24 hours or less and then had to turn it over because he blew his shoulder out because, wrestling's real. The stories are planned. Wrestling itself is actually real. I think he defeats the Giant. I think he takes down Bobby Lashley. I think, he takes out Lio Rush. I think we see Finn Balor really emerge because the interesting thing I think is they just did another WWE Top 10 and it was first time championship victory. So like the release of a title, the first champion to win it. And number one on that list was Finn freaking Balor, who held the title for a day. And I was like, a lot of times if you pay attention to these videos, they're foreshadowing things that the WWE is considering doing. And it's like, why would he be number one if he wasn't about to get his second championship, right? First Intercontinental title run. Bobby Lashley's cool only because Lio Rush is in his corner, but no one wants to watch Bobby Lashley. He's washed up. Give it to Finn. Cruiserweight title match just had to be on the kickoff show. It already happened. I'm going to assume Buddy Murphy retained. He's on the hot streak. And then there was a Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman no DQ match. Got to be Braun. I mean, they've been booking Baron pretty strongly now for a long time. He had a U.S. title win. Then he went through his nonsense with the Money in the Bank. But pretty much since he's been the Constable, I mean, he's won some matches. Obviously there's a lot that happens on Raw for 3 hours, but Baron Corbin hasn't, he's been beaten up, whatever, but he's won some matches. He's just not winning this one. And it looks like that is it for the card. It's a short card, but obviously you have 2 Elimination Chamber matches to get through, a bevy of a couple other matches in there. So far, this has been pretty irritating. Not meaning to yawn, literally. I've been working for 55 million years straight. This women's match is kind of slow to start. I'm watching it right now on the WWE Network, but we're getting our first taste, and it looks like the match. What is it? 5-minute intervals that they have to wait. We have to wait. Like, is it 5? Is it 7? Like, it's been 2 teams in the ring for forever. When are we gonna get our third team in the ring? But hey, man, it's great. Any final thoughts I may have? Or just, I'm looking forward to the rest of this pay-per-view, watching it, seeing what happens. Obviously, this is the road now to WrestleMania. We'll obviously get a few more PPVs. I think we'll get a Fastlane in there or something. I'm not sure. I think WrestleMania is not till, April? We're not too far off, though. So, anything can happen. We can see anything happen. We can see, a Kevin Owens run in or Sami Zayn return for any reason at all on either brand, and that would be cool. So just get excited, man. Keep listening to our show. It's available on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, and I believe I've heard Spotify, but don't quote me. I'd have to check with the bros. They're the brains, man. I'm just the voice. Hopefully they'll either get on and post their picks on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, Twitter, or Twitter. Listen to us on Twitter and K-Side Seats, man. Shout out those guys too for supporting us and everything we're trying to do with this wrestling movement. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just let you look at the Joker while I get back to this match, man. Get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be a good show. It's an elimination chamber match, and even though my bros hate him, Randy Orton is gonna RKO everyone. I'm predicting it now. Doesn't mean he'll win, but he's RKOing at least 3 people tonight. Maybe even the ref, if there even is a ref in an elimination chamber match. That's it, man. I'm gonna save everything else for when we're all back on. When we're all back on the air. I don't want to get into anything. There's so much juicy information going on, things floating around, rumors in the rumor mill. But I'm gonna save it. This has been a little Team Money's soapbox of picks. Hopefully I kept it PG. And, hopefully my picks come back legitimate. We'll see, right? All right, guys. Have a good night. As my brother Tommy would say, elbow drop your friends, people. And never forget this. Onions bring in good business. And I like onions.